Respected friends, heartily welcome you with all greetings, gratitudes, appreciations, acknowledgements, congratulations, as well as deep, intense prayers that every moment you are spending for these activities be fully rewarding in terms of highest spiritual gain and progress. There's no second Sankalpa, no lesser Sankalpa than that. Here we are every day engaged in doing seven tapasyas, seven sadhanas as our humble offering at the feet of the divine to recognize us and to bless us and empower us so that more and more deep, intense sadhanas we do to reach to the ultimate, thereafter becoming the instrument in the hands of the divine in the spiritual service of this universe. These all activities may for us give us wisdom as to how to mold our Vyaktitva so that we deserve the Parabrahma Ishvara Jagannatha, Devatagana, Gurugana, Shastragana Krupa, and the cooperation from the world around. Friends, the seven activities: 1. Vedic chanting, 2. Dhyana Puraka Mantrocharana, 3. Common sense thought, 4. Shanti mantras, Guru Parampara mantras, 5. Sankalpa for the universal good, 6th. Upanishad mantra Parayanam, 7th. Upanishad mantra Adhyayanam with Bhashyam. The seventh activity of Upanishad is Shwethashwathara. We just have 17th mantra we'll do today, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So in next 10 to 12 days, this Upanishad will be over, which we have taken good amount of time to study. Then we'll be beginning the Chandogya, then the Brihadaranyaka, then Kaivalyadi, whatever the Lord wants. In this present Upanishad, in the last sixth chapter, in the 17th mantra, some more pointers are given to us to intellectually understand, deeply meditate, and realize the self, which is the only way for the moksha. Let us see that. And friends, the first activity, Veda Parayanam, from the Atharana Veda, all the beautiful Suktams we are learning, which are so very essential for our smooth life and effortless spiritual sadhana. See the Medha Janana Suktam, the Vijaya Suktam, the Shatru Nirmulana Suktam, the Roga Nivarana Suktam. Every one of them are so powerful potential. Yesterday we have specially prayed to the Lord Varuna to forgive us for all our asatya and papa, asatya papa, and thereby free us from all jalodhara rogas. See that? Every one of them are so wonderfully given to us by the rishis. For whatever the reasons, we have become so much yantra related and forgot the less effort and more benefit giving mantra shakti. Let the world go in its own way. We will again, you and I will come back to our age old, time tested and proven paddhati of invoking through the mantra shakti, the divine krupa, and see that our life is smoother and safer and truly spiritually evolving. Today we will chant a very important peculiar suktam, that is Sukha Prasava Suktam. You know, Sukha Prasava Suktam. Directly the meaning says smooth delivery. Sukha Prasava. Now so many things we want to talk. At the lower one first we will say, then the higher one later we will say. One minute, then we will see precisely the meaning of the mantra. Six are there. Then we chant it as every day. Lowest level is what in today's world? For many reasons. One because of one's own fears, so many types, and more than that, the commercialization by the medical professionals, which should not be. The janana of the santana always is happening almost 60, 70, 80%, as they say, मेरे को क्या पता, only through the various surgeries and all. In old days it was not like that. 10, 10, 12, 12, 14, 14 children they used to have. No cesareans, nothing required. Oh, and today delivered, tomorrow she is already in the field doing that work. Or so wonderful it was, so great. So, and they had all those strengths, abilities, and everything. So I just hinted more details, you know it. To avoid all this, is this sukta helps? Many times because of the fears also to the child, to the mother, both of them, there is a chance of some physiological harm, etc. So when this mantra chanted and Lord is invoked, then things will happen well. With that faith, one can relax, isn't it? And that in any case, not only here, the Prasava Samaya, throughout life, whoever come to us, wherever we go, words of courage, words of advice to seek the divine help, we must do always. I remember that many years, 20 years known. So she conceived. So she came with the husband, kaha, Bhagavat Padho daily. 9 months, whatever the time, every day she chanted Bhagavat. Not even a little iota of any problem. Wonderful child born, oh, everything fantastic. Dasham Skandam Bhagavatam. Totally she studied in the Vachana form Pura. Throughout that period, only were checkups regular, had to visit doctor. There was no other problem at all. So these suktams that way help to give the delivery happen well and before that all safe secured. This is at the lower level. The higher level, the Sukha Prasuthi mantra means what? Ki let every mother deliver the child who is highly rewarding, who is highly dharmika, highly adhyatmika. Because such children are required in today's world. What is the use if the child born is like Dundukari of Bhagavata? Child is born like that of Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. So here the Sukha Prasava means not only the Sukha Prasava, but right from conception onwards, the couple should be so divinely tuned that only the divine jivas, the Bhagavan is sending through their wombs for this world. In this, therefore, the Sukha Parasava means it has so many things. The hearts of the people themselves have to be so beautiful that through them the subsequent progenies always of great asset to the world. है ना? कोई टेररिस्ट को जन्म दिया, कोई ऐसे जगत को सर्वनाश करने वालों को जन्म दी, तो इट इज बेटर टू बी ए बैरन वुमन देन हैव ए चाइल्ड हु इज डिस्ट्रक्टिव. Think about it. So the Sukha Prasava, what we mean here at the higher level is the world needs today such children to be born who become custodians of this Adhyatmikata, the Sanatana Dharma, etc. So whatever is required for that, may that happen. That is what is our it is idea. Second point, this is mainly to be chanted by the doctor or दादी दी जो भी कहते हो, who does the delivery? That is done by them. And also the mother of the women, and she herself can do these things in the mind, at least the meaning of it or prayer of it, so that the fears go away, so that everything becomes systematic. So, indicatively only we told, remaining is understood. Now, Om Namo Narayana. Six mantras it has got. Okay. So, first mantra in that what is said is, O the Lord who is the nourisher of all the jivas. Okay. We are giving you the havis through the correct mantra ucharana. Propitiated by this, you be the one to bless for this women to have sukha prasava. Okay. And the child born should be prasava should be sukha is delivery. But along with that, the child born should be with full health, with full intactness of all the limbs without even little abnormality. Because you can see the spastic children born with some of the physiological abnormalities, and every day you see in the papers कोई ना कोई अपने बच्चों के लिए कोई जीवन दान मांगते पैसे मांग going on. Nothing of that should happen. So too the mother who is giving janma also should be very healthy without herself, है ना, going through any problem. Otherwise, like in the old movie, कोई सिनेमा में child safe mother died. In other houses, mother safe but the child died because the villain has hit her. That a child inside fetus is dead. क्या क्या होता है पता नहीं. So nothing should happen. So for the proper delivery, whatever the probable obstructions, they may fully be eliminated. Second one, the Prachadi Devatas in the space and the Chaturdik Devatas on the earth, including the Dik Devatas like Indra Adi. So, they all are there involved in deciding which jiva to enter into which womb. Therefore, may they bless in this delivery in the janana, whatever the achadana is there for the child, that may be removed. So too that devata, whoever is, removes the garbha avarana, may she be blessing. So the time of delivery, including the prasava vayu, the delivery winds or whatever they call, may all of them function so properly that the proper janma with the avangmukata, the child be born. Then some interesting mantra is here, ki the one who is delivering the child, she is told, ki you and well as the child, both of you don't consider yourself to be only sthula mamsamaya sharira. These are all the houses and attachments only. Within you, there is a jiva. Within that child born also, there is a jiva. So he is being delivered. For him to continue, you became a medium. With that clarity, give all the matru vatsalya to the child at the same time. Neither you get bound nor you bind that child. See the two aspects of the coin. One side, the entire Matruvatsalya with which the child has to be taken care, in which you enjoy, the child is taken care. Same time, within that type of detachment wherein you don't block the evolution of the child with your excessive attachment, nor you forget your many other duties because of the attachment to the child. That is said in the mantra. Okay. In the same way, as the wind blows, as the mind runs, in the same way, the child who you are carried by the mother for these 9 months, 9 days, and 9 hours, come out of that womb, get freed. You are in one way out of that cocooning, out of that bondage. But having come out, live life in such a way that you realize self so that you are again and again not subjected to this type of coming and going. In this way, all inclusive is Sukta. Tomorrow we'll see Shwasa Adi Roga Nivarana Sukta. All the respiratory related Dukkha Roga Nivarana. They are also required. Even though we talk ourselves to be beyond Dehendriya Dupadi Brahman, same time, for doing that sadhana only, when we are healthy, the sadhana can be done well. Like if I am healthy now, I can do this sadhana of talking well to you. You too are healthy, then you can patiently listen, happily listen. Isn't it? So for that purpose, we have to see that our Dehendriyadi also are always healthy. And remember, that also is a part of sadhana. Don't be in that misunderstanding of neglecting the Dehadi, that the body is spoiled and you are not able to do sadhana. Na ghar ka na ghat ka. ऐसा नहीं है ना. You can see all our ancient rishi and muni. You have not seen any of our rishis. सर दर्द है इस करके उन्होंने काम छोड़ दिया या पेट का दर्द है करके. We never see any of the devatas, any of the rishis having any physiological problems. You mean they have maintained it on the health. Okay. Now I told you the meaning. Let us chant. Om अथ वेद पारायणम् अथर्वण वेदांतर्गत एकादश सूक्तम् सुख प्रसूति सूक्तम् ओम वषट्ते पूषन् ओम वषट्ते पूषन् अस्मिन् सूतावर्यमा अस्मिन् सूतावर्यमा होता कृणोतु वेदाः होता कृणोतु वेदाः शिश्रतां नार्युतप्रजाता शिश्रतां नार्युतप्रजाता विपर्वाणि जिहतां विपर्वाणि जिहतां सूतवा ॐ सूतवा ॐ ॐ वषट्ते पूषन्नस्मिन् सूतावर्यमा होता कृणोतु वेदाः शिश्रतां नार्युतप्रजाता विपर्वाणि जिहतां सूतवा ॐ ॐ वषट्ते पूषन् अस्मिन् सूतावर्यमा होता कृणोतु वेदाः शिश्रतां नार्युतप्रजाता विपर्वाणि जिहतां सूतवा ॐ. सेकंड मंत्र. चतस्रो दिवः प्रदिशश्रुतश्चतस्रो चतस्रो दिवः प्रदिशश्चतस्रो भूम्या उत देवागर्भं समैरयन् देवागर्भं समैरयन् तं व्यूर्णुवस्तु तं व्यूर्णुवन्तु सूतवे तं व्यूर्णुवन्तु सूतवे ॐ चतस्रो दिवः प्रदिशश्चतस्रो भूम्या उत देवागर्भं समैरयन् तं व्यूर्णुवन्तु सूतवे ॐ चतस्रो दिवः प्रदिशः चतस्रो भूम्या उत देवागर्भं समैरयन् तं व्यूर्णुवन्तु सूतवे. थर्ड. सूषाव्यूर्णोतु वियोनिं हावयामसि सूषाव्यूर्णोतु वियोनिं हापयामसि श्रथया शूषणे त्वं श्रथया शूषणे त्वम् अवत्वं विष्कले सृज अवत्वं विष्कले सृज सूषाव्यूर्णौ तु वियोनिं हापयामसि श्रथया सूषणे त्वमवत्वं विष्कले सृजा सूषाव्यूर्णौ तु वियोनिं हावयामसि श्रथया सूषणे त्वमवत्वं विष्कले सृजा. नेक्स्ट मंत्र. नेव मांसेन पीवसि नेव मांसेन पीवसि नेव मज्जस्वाहतं नेह मज्जस्वाहतम् अवैतु पृश्निषेवलम् अवैतु पृश्निषेवलम् शुने जरायुवत्तवे शुने जरायुवत्तवे अव जरायुपद्यताम् अव जरायुपद्यताम्. नेव मांसेन पीवसि नेव मज्जस्वाहतम् अवैतु पृश्निषेवलम् शुने जरायुवत्तवेव जरायुपद्यताम्. नेव मांसेन पीवसि नेव मज्जस्वाहतम् अवैतु पृश्निषेवलम् शुने जरायुवत्तवेव जरायुपद्यताम्. नेक्स्ट. वितेभिनद्मिमेहनम् वितेभिनद्मिमेहनम् वियोनिं विगवेनिके वियोनिं विगवेनिके विमातरं च पुत्रं च विमातरं च पुत्रं च विकुमारं जरायुणाव विकुमारं जरायुणाव जरायुपद्यताम् जरायुपद्यताम्. वितेभिनद्मिमेहनम् वियोनिं विगवेनिके विमातरं च पुत्रं च विकुमारं जरायुणाव जरायुपद्यताम्. वितेभिनद्मिमेहनम् वियोनिं विगवेनिके विमातरं च पुत्रं च विकुमारं जरायुणाव जरायुपद्यताम्. नेक्स्ट. यथा वातो यथा मनो यथा वातो यथा मनो यथा पतन्ति पक्षिणः यथा पतन्ति पक्षिणः एवात्वं दशमास्य साकम् एवास्यत्वं दशमास्य साकम् जरायुणा पताव जरायुणा पताव जरायुपद्यताम् जरायुपद्यताम्. यथा वातो यथा मनो यथा पतन्ति पक्षिणः एवात्वं दशमास्य साकं जरायुणा पताव जरायुपद्यताम्. यथा वातो यथा मनो यथा पतन्ति पक्षिणः एवात्वं दशमास्य साकं जरायुणा पताव जरायुपद्यताम्. ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. We will chant together now these few mantras. Om Atha Sukha Prasuti Suktam. Om Vashatte Pushannasmin Sutavaryama Hota Kronotu Vedha Sisradam Naryuta Prajata Viparvani Jihatam Sutava Om. चतस्रो दिवः प्रदिशश्चतस्रो भूम्या उत देवागर्भं समैरयन्तं व्योर्नुवन्तु सूतवे सूषाव्योर्नोतु वियोनिं हावयामसि श्रुतया सूषणे त्वमवत्वं विष्कले सृजा नेव मांसेन पीवसि नेव मज्जस्वाहतम् अवैतु पृश्निषेवलं शुने जरायुवत्तवेव जरायुपद्यताम्. वितेभिनद्मिमेहनं वियोनिं विगवीनिके विमातरं च पुत्रं च विकुमारं जरायुणाव जरायुपद्यताम्. यथा वातो यथा मनो यथा पतन्ति पक्षिणः एवात्वं दशमास्य साकं जरायुणा पताव जरायुपद्यताम्. Once more, just feel in the mind, whoever are about to have the children, especially those who are divine couple, Sanatana Dharmi and all, for them Sukha Prasava should happen in the whole world. whoever are having in the womb the noble children, those who serve the universe, those who are adhyatmic, all of them should have the uh, कष्टरहित सुख प्रसूति. ओम अथ सुख प्रसूति सूक्तम्. ओम वषट्ते पूषन्नस्मिन् सूता वर्यमा होता कृणोतु वेदाः शिश्रतां नार्युत प्रजाता विपर्वाणि जिहतां सूतवा. ओम चतस्रो दिवः प्रदिशश्चतस्रो भूम्या उत देवा गर्भं समैरयन्तं व्यूर्णुवन्तु सूतवे. शोषाव्यूर्णोतु वियोनिं हावयामसि शतया शोषणे त्वमवत्वं विष्कले सृज. नेव मांसेन पीवसि नेव मज्जस्वाहतम् अवैतु पृश्निके शेवलं शुने जरायुवत्तवेव जरायुपद्यताम्. वितेभिनद्मिमेहनं वियोनिं विगवेनिके विमातरं च पुत्रं च विकुमारं जरायुणाव जरायुपद्यताम्. यथा वातो यथा मनो यथा पतन्ति पक्षिणः एवात्वं दशमास्य साकं जरायुणा पताव जरायुपद्यताम्. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. So here this also is our duty to pray for these things. So that also we are learning, that also we are doing by the grace of the Lord. Lord has chosen us for that work we have done. Now we will do our second topic of our Dhyana Purvaka Mantrocharana. Lankayam Shankari Devi, Kamakshi Kanchikapure, Pradyumne Shrungala Devi, Chamundi Kraunchavatane, Alampure Jogulamba, Shri Shaile Prabharambika, Kulhapure Mahalakshmi, Mahurye Ekavirika. Today, Ujjainya Mahakali, Pitikam Puruhotika, 9 and 10. So in this way, 4 more days, we will be able to complete all the things. So Ujjaini and Pitika Purohitika. So here simple. Om Ujjaini Ishyai Vidmahe Mahakalye cha Dhimahi Tanno Devi Prachodayat. So to Pushkarasthayai Vidmahe Puruhutikayai cha Dhimahi Tanno Devi Prachodayat. So Ujjaini Ishyai Vidmahe Mahakalye cha Dhimahi Tanno Devi. Ujjainishya Mahakalyai Tanno Devi. And whom we are remembering? That Ujjaini Mahakali Mata is Sakshat Parabrahma Swarupini. Is Sakshat Sarvashakti Swarupini, Srushti Sthitilaya Karini, etc. And then she has come there to be available for the Bhaktas to worship so that she can bless them for Mukti Mukti. Us also she will bless when we have the deep devotion. Remember a good thought that the deepest of the devotion, Sharanagati, Ekagrata. Master them. Then any devatas upasana we are doing, apply these gunas and do that upasana in such a 100% perfect manner that that devata is prasanna and blessing us. Isn't it? The Shraddha, the Bhakti, the Upasana, Ekagrata, all are 100% intact. With that, any of the devatas that are there said in the Shastras, either guided by the Guru or we ourselves have that intellect to know these devatas should be worshipped for this purpose. That intact Shraddha Bhakti we are using to do the Upasana. Like 6 classes we conduct. Learn the art of sitting stably for 1 hour, art of listening with all Shraddha attentiveness. Then use those capacities to attend all the 6 classes and make maximum benefit of it. Here also like that. Second one, that is called Vidmahi. Second is Dhimahi, ki let our life be Upasana Purvaka Dhyana Yukta on the Upasya Devatas, Ishta Devatas, Kula Devatas and Guru Ukta Devatas. है ना? इष्ट देवता, कुल देवता, गुरु उक्त देवता. Kula Devata is whichever the family we belong to. For that Kula Samrakshana, that Kula Devata worship is given. Do. Ishta Devata, your mind is inclined for a particular Devata Upas. That the Guru says, depending on the requirement for our Adhyatmic sadhana, he will suggest. If we surrender to him, he knows and he guides us. उनका उपासना इनका हमें इस भक्ति श्रद्धा से करनी है. Reaching up to the dhyana level. That's called Dhemahi. Then asking for the prachodhanam. We want kevala adhyatmika prachodhanam. No other thing at all. Right? Om Ujjayinishyai vidmahe Mahakalye cha dhimahi Tanno Devi prachodayat. Start. Om Ujjayinishyai vidmahe Mahakalye cha dhimahi Tanno Devi prachodayat. Om Ujjayinishyai vidmahe Mahakalye cha dhimahi Tanno Devi prachodayat. Om Ujjayinishyai vidmahe महाकाल्ये च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्. ओम उज्जयिनीश्यै विद्महे महाकाल्यै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्. ओम उज्जयिनीश्यै विद्महे महाकाल्यै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्. ओम उज्जयिनीश्यै विद्महे महाकाल्यै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्. ओम उज्जयिनीश्यै विद्महे महाकाल्यै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्. ओम उज्जयिनीश्यै विद्महे महाकाल्यै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्. ओम उज्जयिनीश्यै विद्महे महाकाल्यै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्. ओम उज्जयिनीश्यै विद्महे महाकाल्यै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्. ओम उज्जयिनीश्यै विद्महे महाकाल्यै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्. ओम उज्जयिनीश्यै विद्महे महाकाल्यै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्. The Mahakali Mata, so Shakti Swarupini. So many stotras are there for her. In general, Mahakali Mata and her mandiras all over the country, especially if you go to the Vangadesha, the Bengal, Kolkata and all, there the Mahakali Mata puja is done. So much, so much. Okay, they do. But we are here chanting the mantra definitely for Mahakali, but stationed at Ujjaini particularly because our attention now is on Ashtadasha Shakti Peethas. Right? That's how. Now the next one is Pushkarasthayai. Okay. It's called also Peetika and also called Pushkara. So Pushkarasthayai vidmahe Puruhutikayai cha dhimahi tanno devi prachodayat. Pushkarastha Puruhutika Devi. And vidmahe dhimahi prachodayat. A full, what do you call, guidance we received as to how we have to do sadhana here. Mouth is chanting, mind is trying to become single pointed, and buddhi is remembering one, that mother whom we are chanting here. Through the chanting we are doing our stuti, her stuti. Second, the vidmahe dhimahi prachodayat. They are remembered by the buddhi. The aham is surrendering. O mother, now I am at thy feet. You please take care of me. Okay. पुष्करस्थायै विद्महे पुरुहूतिकायै च धीमहि. Start. Om पुष्करस्थायै विद्महे पुरुहूतिकायै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्. Om पुष्करस्थायै विद्महे पुरुहूतिकायै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्. Om पुष्करस्थायै विद्महे पुरुहूतिकायै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्. ओम पुष्करस्थायै विद्महे पुरुहूतिकायै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्. ओम पुष्करस्थायै विद्महे पुरुहूतिकायै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्। ॐ पुष्करस्थायै विद्महे पुरुहूतिकायै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्। ॐ पुष्करस्थायै विद्महे पुरुहूतिकायै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्। ॐ पुष्करस्थायै विद्महे पुरुहूतिकायै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्। ॐ पुष्करस्थायै विद्महे पुरुहूतिकायै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्। ॐ पुष्करस्थायै विद्महे पुरुहूतिकायै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्। ॐ पुष्करस्थायै विद्महे पुरुहूतिकायै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्। ॐ पुष्करस्थायै विद्महे पुरुहूतिकायै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्। ॐ उज्जयिनेशी महाकाली मात्रे नमः। ॐ पुष्करस्थ पुरोदिगामात्रे नमः। मां रक्ष रक्ष परिपाहि परिपाहि। समस्त दुःखानां निवारणं कुरु, पापानां निवारणं कुरु। आयुरारोग्यैश्वर्य क्षेम स्थैर्य धैर्यान् देहि। आध्यात्मिक साधना अनुभूतिं प्रति प्रचोदनं कुरु कुरु स्वाहा। ॐ उज्जयिनी महाकाली मातुः चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। ॐ पुष्करस्थ पुरुहूतिका मातुः चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये. See that we are learning how to make the mind single pointed and also for what purpose. These are the blessings we are receiving through this class by the divine. Feel that joy and be in the present and get basked in those blessings. Give not chance to the mana or ahankara in any way to bring any of the unwanted doubts, notions, emotions, thoughts, inhibitions, questions. क्या जरूरत? From within, the Lord prompted us to go to this class, come to this class. From without, the Lord has provided that class. We are there. So the guidances are coming from the divine only. We are getting guided and we are doing the things to be done. And all with a clear purpose of our spiritual evolution along with the prayers for the universal good. Why should the mind come with any distractions, any doubts? Why should the ego continuously poke and tell us, let us not do, let us give it up, what is there to do it? Why should I do? There is no God. अरे यार इतना क्यों खपात? Those things we have to avoid if at all they are there. And those are so regularly coming. And for them, these problems have long back gone away. Their hearts are such clean slates that the divine is writing his will there. And his will is only one. Realize and get liberated. Right, friends? So, two things we have done Vedic chanting and Dhyana Purvaka, Ujjaini Mahakali Gayatri Mantra, and Pushkarastha Purohotika Mata Gayatri Mantra. Then Odhyayam Girija Devi Manikya Dakshavatike. Tomorrow we will see Harikshetre Kamaropa Prayage Madhaveshwari. Then Jwalayam Vaishnavi Devi Gaya Mangala Gaurika. Last day Varanasya Vishalakshi Kashmireshu Saraswati. Good thought, the Lord gave, and we are daily chanting. I am so delighted. How, where from He is giving us these? Mennu pata nahi. Why should I worry? We are focusing on divine with beautiful, pure heart, recognizing the presence of the divinity, asking us to bless on the right path. Isn't it? We are not harming anyone. We are not deviating from our outer external duties. We are doing what is guided to us by our own ancient Rishi Muni Parampara, who have reached the ultimate. Their guidance is an authority for us. So they are telling, we are doing. Now come to the third topic of the day, the common sense thought. What common sense thought we'll have today is कि come out of this stupor and slumber and laziness. You know, it is told, it is heard, it is to be done. No question of why, how, and what. Come out of it. Then go into the world, see the world. How many of the beings are working so hard and prospering for themselves, contributing to the world. See all the divine expressions also you see. If you don't want to call them as divine, that is your misfortune. Call them as phenomenal forces. We to call as gods. है And also see the fellow creatures. The divine phenomena are see the sun and his contribution in big way to the world. See the moon and his contribution. See the oceans and their contribution. See the winds and their contribution. See the forests and their contribution. See the standing tall mountains, how they are contributing to the world, isn't it? So to see the fellow beings of all professions, whoever they are, tirelessly working, isn't it? Contributing to the beauty of the world. So, coming out of the slumber stupor, going out into the world, seeing them, get inspired, and you also choose the field suitable to you or discover the field already given. You know, we are given already the field according to our Varnashrama Dharma. Or you can choose your own choice of field. Then work hard in that. First, feel for your safety, security, even little selfishness, no mind. If it inspires you, no problem. Later on, selflessly. Isn't it? In this way, be a person of performance and enjoy it. Sign of life is performance, action, activity. And the more the actions that we are done, the more the inner being feels happy. Ananda expresses in the action, in the kriya, in the karma. And we already told it 6, 7 times, not now, 2, 3 months back, that when this way I'm joyfully enjoying my activity, sudden entry of this raga and dvesha and kamana, they disturb the joy. उसको आने नहीं देना बस. Like I am enjoying this job given to me of discussing with you the Shastras. Revel in it. It is my seva to you. This way I can do. This is what is my karma yoga. In that any thought of mind coming about, any expectation, anything, उसको thought करना, वो आने ही नहीं देना. Then enjoy it. I'm telling my example. So in the world, go and just whatever contribution that can be done, do it. Okay. Therefore, the question remains. Question asked is, what is that outer activity we have taken up to do karma yoga every day? Explanation and a question. Then take it up then. It gives health also. It gives a social good relation also. It gives inspiration when you go into the world. More than that, when we are working, contributing, you know, we become a cause of inspiration to others. Today a beautiful message somebody sent. Ki walk in a beautiful path towards a higher goal, diligently, intelligently, because who knows who is following you. A man was walking, two men, two children are following them behind. The men do not know that the children are following. So the caption, the comment is this. It is nothing new. It's already in Gita. Yadyadacharati shreshtaha tattadeva itaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadanu vartate. So our acharana, activity, our pramaணிkarana, authorization, will guide others too. That is a byproduct. The main thing is we are allowing the divinity or the life to express through us and we are enjoying it. In what way? Karma yoga. So therefore, what karma we are doing as karma yoga every day? The question one. Second one is what? See, go through the books and look at the people who are living the life of self-discipline, purification of the heart. Read those books. We technically call them as the Yoga Shastras. How wonderfully the things are told in that. Get inspired by them. Especially, these Patanjali Yoga Darshanam, कितने सारे वहाँ सिद्धियां बताए गए हैं. Inspired by the siddhis, etc. At least is Yama Niyamasana Pranayam Pratyahara Dharana Dhyana Samadhi. So, in the beginning, let the siddhis inspire us. But later on, in that very Shastra, it is said, don't do all of them for any Siddhi Prapti. Do all these Ashtanga Yoga for the Vritti Nirodha and Kaivalya Prapti. Very clearly it is said. So read those books. See the people in the world who are engaged in that. Get inspired in that. And then come to the second activity along with the first one of this yoga. So the question now is, how much time we are giving for our everyday's chitta vrittyatmaka yoga sadhana of the vritti nirodha of the ashtanga yoga. Are we having some clarity? Are we giving half an hour, 40 minutes, 1 hour for that sadhana conspicuously, clearly, in a disciplined manner? And remember, because we don't involve in all these things, therefore, either the Lord puts us or the world pulls us or our mind alone pushes us into so many unwanted worldly things. इसलिए नहीं है कि आप बिजी हो इसलिए क्लास में नहीं आते हो. This is the lower understanding. The higher is what? Because you are not coming to the class, you are engaged in somewhere or the other. Like the difference between this class every day and the throughout the daytime. इस क्लास के टाइम इधर आते हो आप, इसलिए बाकी सारा रुक गया आप. और इसके बाद अब कहीं सत्संग नहीं जाते हो इसलिए फंस गए हो दुनिया में. Isn't it? This is an answer to a question, I don't have time. No, you will never have time. Time remains like that. It is your discretion, decision to engage the time for what purpose. So here we are just discussing. In the same way, read the books related to the Bhakti Marga, Bhakti Shastra, and look into the world, how great the Bhaktas involved in so many of the great Navadha Bhakti Sadhana, and be inspired by the outcome that by the Bhakti Sadhana, by divine grace, all Kashta, Dukkha will go away, all Sukha will come, even to the extent of we go to the that Upasya Devatas Loka for a long period to stay without any problem. Like, when we stay for 5 years without any disease, how beautiful it is. When we stay for 10 years without any quarrel with wife or husband or children, is it not a beautiful life lived? Or with the neighbors or the relatives without any legal problems. In the Upasya Devata Loka, in this way for long period one lives, fulfilling all the wishes without any problem. So the Upasanas give us those things, get inspired by them, engaged in the Upasana. Later on, don't do the Upasana for any of those. Everything we do, whether it is Karma Yoga, it is for Antakarana Shuddhi, and the Ashtanga Yoga is for the Ekagrata, etc. Bhakti also for the Bhagavad Kripa, for the ultimate only. Now again the question 3. Therefore, how much qualitatively time we are giving every day for the Upasana is a question. Okay? So read the books, see the people, get inspired, yourself commit, find the time, convenience and start doing. Isn't it? That's why in our Prahlada's teaching or any of the Bhakti Shastras, even before him, 9 types of Bhakti are told because everything cannot be done by everyone. Whichever is okay to you, you do it. You may not be able to do the Shodashopachara Puja, but you can do the Shravanam, you can do the Kirtanam, you can do the Smaranam. है ना? श्रवणम कीर्तनम विष्णु स्मरणम बाल सेवनम अर्चना वंदनम दास्यम सत्यम आत्मनिवेदनम. आत्मनिवेदन तो कर सकते हैं, which is tough, but every day I am surrendering myself to you, O Lord. है ना? That point, any devata, Sri Ramachandra Charanam Charanam Pravadye, Sri Krishna Chandra Charanam Charanam Pravadye, like we did today, Ujjaini Shai Mahakalye Namaha Charanam Charanam Prapadye. Didn't we say? Pushkarasthaye Puruhutikaye Namaha Charanau Sharanam Prapadye. We have chanted Atmanivedana. Okay. So how much time am I giving for my Karma Yoga, for the Ashtanga Yoga, or Bhakti Yoga? Finally, read the Tattva Shastras and see the world of Tattvajnanis, or those who are pursuing the Tattva Chintana, Tattva Dhyana, Tattvanamoti Marga. How many are there? Get inspired from them and know that when the Tattvanamoti is obtained, it's an ultimate moksha from all bondages, from all limitations, from all conditionings, from all cravings, from all exertions, from all Janma Maranadi. Total moksha. So be inspired by that goal and then take up the Tattva Shastra Shravana Dhyana Manana Chintana Dhyana. Therefore, again the question number 4, in my 1 day schedule, how much time am I able to give for my Tattva Chintana, Tattva Shravana, Tattva Dhyana? Question yourself and start doing it and make it a regular habit, isn't it? Along with any other obligation or duties or any of the emergencies sometimes come, that also part of sadhana kar diya. From our side, we forgetting all these sadhanas, not involving in the world. Rise above from that lower level. Whole day I am engaged in it. And naturally, whenever diseased, take medicine. Whenever hungry, take food. Whenever tired, truly, yes, you take rest. Nowhere there should be any the sense of too much of exertion or frustration. Isn't it? No need. जितना कर सके करो बाकी प्रभु के चरणों में. Isn't it? The relaxation without laziness and actively doing sadhanas without restlessness. So the explanations also are given and questions also are asked. I am asking myself, कितना समय मैं डेली कर्मयोग के लिए दे रहा हूँ? कितना for the yoga sadhana? How much for the bhakti and Vedanta? Slowly, one can slowly come out of 2, 3, 4. One can do. Second also we can slowly reduce 2, 3 and 4. 3 also can be done but reduced. Engage in the fourth more and more. Because ultimately we have to be mukta. Mukti is through only Atma Prapti. That's only done through the Tattva Shravanadi. See, because of our everyday coming, not only we are able to tune to the speaker, but through that instrument or medium, we are tuning to the Shastras and the goal indicated. This is what people are lacking, the spashtata of what to achieve and what to do. We are slowly getting clarity in this regard. Now, when we apply ourselves, get more and more clarity by our own thinking and invoke that inspiration from within, and actually we start doing how beautiful it is. And in this way, that's why they say the life is in our hands. Take it into our hands. Recognize the possibility of the Purushartha. Make use of it. मेरी जिंदगी मेरे हाथ में है. मैं जानता हूं मुझे क्या पाना है और मुझे क्या करना है और उसके लिए क्या अवॉइड करना है. So be wise that way. Thank you. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ओम गुरुपुङ्गवपुङ्गवकेतनते समतामयतां न हि कोऽपि सुधीः शरणागतवत्सलतत्त्वनिधे भव शङ्करदेशिक मे शरणम् ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं धर्मसंस्थापकानां नित्यनिरन्तरदिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादिमन्दिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्नसमूलनिर्मूलनपूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य शाश्वतरूपेण वैदिकैन्दव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थमनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययनसाधनाप्रयत्नमध्ये कृष्णे यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्यशङ्करभाष्यसमेत साधनाप्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे ॐ नित्यानन्दनिराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम् पारायणम् अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः We have done one more round of Parayanam, concluded. Let us do another one, starting जितना होगा उतना. As you have 4-5 days for our conclusion, because you have 7-8 mantras. Start. Om Atha Shwethashwathara Upanishad Prathamoऽध्यायः Shanti Mantraः Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 ओम ब्रह्मा देवानां प्रथमः सॉरी हाँ ओम हरि ओम ब्रह्मवादिनो वदन्ते किं कारणं ब्रह्म कुतः स्म जाता जीवामकेन क्व च सम्प्रतिष्ठाः अधिष्ठिताः केन सुखेतरेषु वर्तामहे ब्रह्मविदो व्यवस्थां कालस्वभावो नियतिर्यदृच्छा भूतानि योनिः पुरुष इति चिन्त्या संयोग एषां नत्वात्मभावाद् आत्माप्यनीशः सुखदुःखहेतोः ते ध्यानयोगानुगता अवश्यन् देवात्मशक्तिं स्वगुणैर्निगूढां यः कारणानि निखिलानि तानि कालात्मयुक्तान्यधितिष्ठत्येकः. When we chant these mantras, लगता है कि हमने कभी पढ़ा क्या, भूल ही गए, 2 साल हो गया. But at least we have studied, that one joy. Always we cannot scold ourselves that we are good for nothing, we are useless. That anyway we know it. Sometimes we have to encourage ourselves. Yes, I studied the Upanishad with joy. किया है भाई, आप डोंट डिस्कस विद अदर. दे आस्क यू क्वेश्चन, बताओ क्या है फर्स्ट चैप्टर में, यही रहेगा. यू आस्क मी, टेल मी स्वामी व्हाट इज इन फर्स्ट चैप्टर, I tell you, just listen to YouTube. Don't ask me. Never mind, that's so a good beginning has happened. As we are every day doing Sankalpa and prayers, a time will come in our evolutionary life wherein we become totally dedicated and dedicate our Antakarana only for the Upanishads. At the time, all Upanishad mantras with Bhashya, it will be in our heart reveling, and we are enjoying the sadhana, and we are also there to answer anyone who asks any question. होगा वो दिन भी आएंगे. तो फिलहाल तो we are at this stage, at least in this much, right? Now in the mantra 17 of the 6th chapter, we are given some more pointers. Let us go through them. किंचा सतन्मयो हि अमृतः ईश संस्थः ज्ञः सर्वगो भुवनस्यास्य गोप्ता य ईशे अस्य जगतो नित्यमेव नान्यो हेतुर्विद्यते ईशनाय अगेन सतन्मयो हि अमृतः ईश संस्थः ज्ञः सर्वगो भुवनस्यास्य गोप्ता य ईशे अस्य जगतो नित्यमेव नान्यो हेतुर्विद्यते ईशनाय. Introduction is, in this mantra, Paramatma's Tatastha and Swarupa Varnana is done. 2. We have to listen with Bhashya and study. 3. Understand. 4th, pursue that Paramatma through Manana Chintana Dhyana and have the Anubhuti of him. For that purpose they are given. So, this is a good art, good exercise, good practice, good habit. That any Shastra, any topic we are studying, must become aware of what we are doing. Like next class we are going to have Bhagavad Gita. A minute, just half a minute thought. I am studying Gita, the Upanishads are given by Krishna to Arjuna. Second, in the chapter Dhyayam. Third, in that Sita Prajna Lakshana topic. So Bhagavan is guiding us about the Lakshanas of Sita Prajna as told by Arjuna. These are all the other details, formal details. Most formal things are what? Those Sthita Prajna Lakshanas I have to learn and I have to live them for me to become Prajnasthita. See, when you become aware of it. So too the Yoga Vasishta Maharamana. In that, through Lilopakhyana, the Varnana of Ananta Koti Brahmandas, and in them the Jiva goes on traveling if he is not discovering himself to be Chidakash. So that's the topic. Okay, I'm studying this. So too, we are listening to our Lagu Vakya Vritti. Be aware of it. Oh, Stula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira, Jiva Bhava told. So too, Atma Vastu is also told. Then in yesterday's sloka we say, Visa Vivichyatu. Chidavasam Chen Bodhaswarupam Vivichyatu. Atiyatnataha. With extreme efforts, separate both Chidavasa and Bodha. Okay, this text is guiding us to realize Aham Brahmasmi. Isn't it? So to the Mandukya. Okay, in the Alata Shanti Prakaranam, in the fourth one, how the Karyakarana Rupa, the Jagat and Maya, both are Mithya. Karyakarana Vilakshana Adhisthana, Brahmana alone is Satya. So to yesterday we started our new class of Vishnu Sahasranama learning. Okay, yesterday Falashruti was told, umpteen number of results and blessings are shown, therefore I must learn chanting of Vishnu Sahasranama with Bhakti. So anything we do, puja kar rahe. Okay, in this Murti, the Sarvavyapaka Paramatma is imagined and him we are worshipping. For him to be with us, bless us. हर एक चीज का ऐसे अवेयरनेस से करने से क्यों कर रहे हैं क्या कर रहे हैं वो हमेशा याद रहता. So here also in this shloka the Paramatma Swarupa Tatastha Lakshanas are told for us to remember and meditate. And again, million times warning, those who are doing this work, those who inspire us in this thing, be in their company only. Today's world of Bhautikavada, 99.9% are exactly not only doing something other than this, but they oppose this also. They demoralize us in this. Don't be in that company. That's called Dussanga. It's a hint given. हर दिन कहने की जरूरत नहीं है फिर भी जरूरत है. Because we are so fickle in our mind because of not yet fully convinced at the intellectual level that we get just influenced by the world around. Either देख के या सुन के. इसलिए भद्रम करणे भी सुनियामा भद्रम पश्येम अक्षभि. Now, one by one word. What is the shloka? Saha tanmayo, saha amritaha, saha isha samstaha, saha jnaha, saha sarvagaha, saha asya bhunasya gopta, saha asya jagatha nityameva ishe. And na anyaha etur vidyate tasmat ishanai. 7 plus 1, 8. One we saw yesterday. Saha tanmaya iti, this mantra I am explaining. Are you ready to listen? Bhagavan Shankara asking. We said yes, sir. Now listen then. What it is? Saha means that Paramatma. Tanmayaha. What is Tanmayaha? Vishwa Atma. How beautiful yesterday we spent 10 minutes to explain it. He is the self of the entire universe. Another meaning is given. Athava Tanmayaha means Jyotirmayaha. Iti. Tanmaya means Jyotirmaya. What is the authority to comment the Tanmaya as Jyotirmaya? Because Tasya Bhasa Sarvam Idam Vibhati iti Etat Apekshaya Uchyate. By recently 2-3 slokas back only, we chanted our 10 slokas back. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam na ima vidito bhanti kutoyam agnihi tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa सर्वम इदम विभाति है ना तस्य भाषा सर्वम इदम विभाति अभी हमने देखा it is the prakash of the Lord because of which everything is getting their own abilities to function. Therefore, through them he alone is functioning. Therefore, he is Tanmaya. This is little subtler thought. है ना? All functionings are happening this systematically at the functional level, and yet recognizing it is he who is functioning in and through them. Because without him it cannot. Isn't it? The funniest thing is what? Petrol never runs. But because petrol only, on vehicles are running. Electricity never glows or moves. But because of that only, the lights glow, the fans move. Isn't it? So too, in pure Paramatma, no activity. But without him, nothing can act. Therefore, he is Tanmayaha. He is Vishwatma. Or he is Jyotis Swarupa. तस्य भाषा सर्वमिदं में भाति तस्य भाषा सर्वमिदं भाति इसका अर्थ यह है everything which we realize as idam means everything that is known is because of tasya bhasa is the consciousness of the self only because of which the idam is existing idam is recognized so saha tanmayaha is explained second one amritaha amritaha means what saha amarana dharma. And anytime this word comes, all the preceding words also we have to add. Before the mrityu, what happens? The roga. Before the roga, what happens? The jara. Before the jara, what happens? Vyakriti, vyaya. Before that, what happens? Growth. Before that, what happens? The birth. Therefore, amritaha means janma, vruddhi, vikara, jara, roga, mrityu, rahitaha. That way, completely we have to understand. And that should inspire us. Should inspire. In an inspirational way, we have to study. What is the inspiration here? Who among us want this jara, roga, mrityu? None of us know. So that Jarma, jara, roga, mrityu, rahita sthiti is that Brahma sthiti only. Then why don't you seek it? That inspiration should come to us. शास्त्र जब पढ़ते हैं ऐसा पढ़ना है कि उससे हमें प्रेरणा मिले दैट इज द एफर्ट ऑफ द स्पीकर आल्सो and effort of the listener. Speaker's effort and duty ends when he clearly, exhaustively, and ambiguously explaining with logic and examples. His job is over there. He cannot pushingly inspire us. That is not his job. We have to do our job. अगर कोई करने कहने से हम कर रहे हैं तो फिर वो तो हमारा दिल से नहीं हो रहा है ना किसी ने कहने से कर रहा है दैट्स कॉल्ड मोटिवेशन द कहने वाला रुक जाता है तो देन मोटिवेशन गॉन देन वी स्टॉप डूइंग you know what comes from outside is motivation which is never permanent what comes from within is inspiration which is permanent we have to be inspired from within we have to have that thought that having heard this way the Lakshana Paramatma, I must be inspired to realize him. Because that Lakshana of the Paramatma is inspirational. He is Amrutaha. So he is Jara Roga Mrityurahita and I want that state only. That state is reached only in the Paramatma sthiti. Jara Roga Mrityurahita sthiti. In any other Sharira or Yoni, Jara roga mrityu is inevitable. That is the meaning of amritaha. Saha amritaha. It's not a casual sentence. हाँ वो अमृत है. अरे वो अमृत है नहीं, वो ही अमृत है. And you have to realize him for yourself to fulfill your khwahish of being amrita. And more than that, other than him, in any other identity, you will definitely be jara roga mrityugrasta. So from within that thought, so okay, the immortality is achieved in the experience of the self. Therefore, let me experience this. This thought should become stronger day in and day out. That alone will make us more intense in our study, more committed in our manana chintana, more dedicated for our dhyana. Then only the spiritual evolution happens. किसी के लिए भी, जो करता है कोई भी वो उसको मिलता है, जो नहीं करता कोई भी उसको नहीं मिलता. There are no reservations, there are no biasnesses here. है ना? Reservation to the undeserving and biasness toward the deserving. ऐसा नहीं है इधर. See that the biasness to the deserving, it is so painful. You are Brahmana? Yeah. Therefore, you don't deserve any job. You are not given either. Others are given. What a pain it is. तो फिर कोई सोचे कि नहीं कि मैं ब्राह्मण बनूं कि नहीं, है ना? By not recognizing his merit when he got marks more than the other fellow. What you are saying? You know, the deserving is disrespected now. How many times it's happened in India? He has got 800 marks out of 1000. The other fellow got only 700. No, who should be given? 800 wala na? No, you are Brahmana. Biased. The other one, you are not Brahmana, therefore you are definitely given. Though you got 100 marks less. That is not there in spirituality. Thank God. If you do it, you reach it. Amrita Swarupa. It is in our hands. So get motivated, be involved. So when we this way do it and entertain the thoughts strengthen, a day will come wherein we become more and more dedicated, more and more involved. That's what is required. And it's a beautiful, consciously undertaken process. No hurry in this and no laziness. Like our Puja Gurudev's two words, very famous. Hasten slowly. Hasten means what? Without any distraction, without any forgetfulness towards the goal. Slowly means what? That walking towards the goal, you can walk depending on where do you stay. You cannot be in a hurry. So slowly means giving that due value to the, or what you call, recognizing your own abilities, not being in a hurry. तुम्हारा औकात और उस काम का जरूरत दोनों के हिसाब से कितना करना है, कितना कर सकते होता है. डू दैट. डोंट बी इन ए रेस्टलेसनेस. दैट्स द मीनिंग ऑफ. डोंट बी ए लेजी. दैट्स द मीनिंग ऑफ द वर्ड हेजन. डोंट बी रेस्टलेस. दैट्स द मीनिंग ऑफ द वर्ड स्लोली. We have to be. So, sa tanmayaha sahi amritaha. Two words we saw. Third one is what? Isha samstaha. This word comes twice or thrice in this very shloka. Isha samstaha means what? Ishe swamini samyak sthitihi yasya asau Isha samstaha. Ishe swamini samyak sthiti yasya asau saha Isha samstaha. He is samstaha, samyak sthitaha, fully stationed, fully established in the power and position that he is the Isha, that he is the Swami. ईश्वर और स्वामी के पोजीशन में वो परमानेंटली एस्टैब्लिश्ड है. दैट्स द मीनिंग ऑफ ईश संस्था. सो ही इज द ईश्वर. ही इज एस्टैब्लिश्ड इन द ईश्वरत्व ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. ईश संस्था. Isn't it? Like two things. In many cases में we are not in the ईश स्थिति and स्वामी स्थिति. Therefore we should be very careful not to involve. जैसे आपके पड़ोस का लड़का है. You are not a ईश्वरा to guide him or to scold him, etc. That's when those parents object. Who are you to tell our children? Isn't it? But they have to be told by somebody, or they have to realize that they are Isha Samstha. With regard to their children, therefore, as much the neighbor should not tell, so much you have to tell. So the neighbors are not in the Isha Sthiti, but you are in the Isha Sthiti. So too, he is the boss, he is the subordinate. Some other boss cannot tell that subordinate, Aisa karo. You are not in the Isha Sthiti. But this boss must tell. Because in the Isha Sthiti, his job is to get the work done, to make the people work properly. Isha Samstha. Isn't it? Undeservingly, we cannot be the Isha. Like what's happening in the Gulf War. You are selected president of your country. You are Isha. Uska tikane dekbal karo. Why do you want to become Ishvara of other countries? Isn't it? Isn't it? But he wants to grab power with him. That will slowly destroy. Only two things. What work given to me, that I'll do. Remaining, I leave it to Ishvara. I am not the managing director of the whole universe. Otherwise, I'll frustrate myself because I'll fail definitely in that work because I'm not the Ishvara. And I disturb the world also. Because you are not appointed for that work. Isn't it? See the amount of disturbance within the country in US happening. Yesterday you saw that old man dragged. Okay, the background देखो तो कहीं वो वहाँ का हुआ भाई फायदा हुआ होगा इधर सेटल हुआ होगा वो. Anyway, but thing is what we have to be very careful to know that where we are Isha and where we are not. Learn it. This is for our Vyavahara. But here the topic is come what may, he alone is in the Ishvara Sthiti. ईशे स्वामिनी सम्यक स्थिति ईश्वरत्व स्वामित्व में इनका शाश्वत स्थिति है. This will be told again, and to substantiate it in the last pada, nobody dare can be the Ishvara of this universe other than him. Surya Bhagavan is Ishvara of the work given to him, that's all. And his work and he both are under the control of that Supreme Ishvara. अंडरस्टूड. सबको अपना अपना पावर दिया गया, उसमें वो ईश्वर है. बट वो पावर एंड वो बोथ ऑफ देम आर अंडर दैट ईश्वर द परमात्मा. ही इज द फाइनल ईश्वर. इतना समझो. ईश संस्थः ईशे स्वामिनी सम्यक स्थिति ही अस्य स्थिति यस्य असौ ईश संस्थः. वंडरफुल. So that Paramatma at the Vyavahara level, at the Jagat level, keeps everything under his control because everything is happening by Shakti, and that Shakti is called Maya, and that Maya totally is in his control. Mama Maya, Bhagavan says. Devi Yesha Gunamai, Mama Maya, it's my Shakti, it's in my control. So in the 10th chapter, Mayadhyakshena Prakriti Suyate. It is my presidency that the Prakriti is projecting the whole world. Hituna anena kaunte jagat vipartate. Again, my presidency, and because of Prakriti, continuously Jagat also getting modified. So in this way, he is seated in the Ishvara position. He alone is seated. Nobody other than him is the meaning of Isha Samstaha. Ishe Sthitaha. Next one, Jnaha. Jnaha means Janati iti. Nothing is hidden from that Paramatma. He knows everything. Then Sarvagaha is a good word. Sarvatra gacchati iti Sarvagaha. Sarvatra gacchati iti Sarvagaha. Sarvatra means all the three. Remember, Sarva Kaleshu. Therefore, there is no time where he is not. Sarva Desheshu. Therefore, there is no place where he is not. Sarva Vastushu. There is no object where he is not. He is Sarvagaha. Sarvagam Sachidanandam Jnana Chakshur Nirikshate. This Sarvagaha word comes in many Upanishads and Prakaranas. Sarvagaha, Sarvatra Gacchati. Sarvatra is Sarvadesheshu, Kaleshu, Vastushu. Okay? There is a lower level of, higher level of knowledge mein jao. That is so Purna and all pervading that in him only with his Maya Shakti, the Desha and Kala and Vastu are projected. In pure Paramatma, there is no Desha Kala Vastu. They are projected by his own Shakti. That's why when we are in sleep, Paramatma Shakti, called as our mind, is enfolded. That's why in Nidra, is there any concept, idea of Desha? At which place you are sleeping? Which country, which direction, which palang, which chattai? देश काल का कोई वहां है क्या? What is the time now? We are not aware. So to the vastu, the objects are the people around. Where is desha kala vastu gone in nidra? Where they are gone means they are not projected that time, because the projecting mind is at rest. Therefore desha kala vastu are only the kalpita. अगर वो सत्य होते तो they should be all the time, but they are not there in nidra. In swapna they are there, in jagrat they are there. Not sufficient. If they have to be true, they have to be there all the time. Whereas the pure awareness and consciousness, yesterday we already started seeing in our evening class, it is there in the presence of Deshakala Vastu, which is Jagra Swapna, and that pure conscious self is very much there in the absence of this Deshakala Vastu, called as in Nidra. In Samadhi Avastha, one transcends Nidra also, but still there is Paramatma. These are all avasthas only. The Paramatma is all pervading, all the time there. Then what is the position of all of them? Only projected. Means they are not real. Keep that in mind. That will help us after few years, when we start becoming more and more purer. But the purity there, the Deshakala Vastu, we just don't value. We don't get conditioned by it. We are only focusing on the Adhisthana. वो स्थिति आएगा when you keep this thought in mind. Okay. So sarvagaha, then bhuvanasya asya gopta. Okay, sarvagaha sarvatra gacchati iti sarvagaha. Then bhuvanasya asya gopta means palayita. The entire bhuvana, brahmanda, ananta koti. Please remember, don't imagine that it is mechanical. Just don't imagine that there's nobody behind it knowing it. At the micro level, when an ant is moving or even a microbe, there is a consciousness in it, supervising it or observing it. So too the whole macro. Don't underestimate that there is nobody observing and monitoring the entire Prithvi's rotation and revolution. No, don't imagine that there is nobody monitoring the entire solar system and its movement. The galaxies. अरे भैया एक है वो परमात्मा जो सबको अपने निगरानी में रखता है. That's the meaning of here. Bhuvanasya asya gopta palayita. Little more about it than the remaining two lines. Tomorrow we'll say thank you. Om 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 Purnamadaha Shruti Matre Namaha Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you, friends. What a wonderful heart you have. You are coming and giving me this opportunity and इंस्पिरेशन. प्लीज कंटिन्यू. आपके वजह से मेरा कल्याण हो रहा है. धन्यवाद. लेट अस स्टडी गीता.